Yeah. Hey. What you're listening to is WXPN Philadelphia at the University of Pennsylvania. This is Lee. I love punk rock Paris on WXPN. If you'd like to hear anything, the number here is 387-5401. This is Yesterday's Now, Music Today, an urban perspective and a suburban mentality. Yeah. We're going to get down and boogie tonight. I have so many great things to tell you. Well, anyway, that was my theme song by the Seeds of Terror, those little clones from Middletown, New Jersey. That was Lee Paris. That's right, my theme song. And before that, B.J. Thomas, I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. But you know, everybody knows my main man has a new record out this week, and I'm so excited. Rick James with Dance With Me. Monk rock. Yeah, non-sex monk rock. That's the new album by Nina Hagen, and we heard Dread Love. Ooh, what a weird record that is, but I'll be playing lots from Nina Hagen. But the best thing about that record is that it features Paul on organ. Now, Paul Kessler, if you remember, was the organist, keyboardist for the greatest LA band of all time, the Screamers. So you know it's cool. And before that, yeah, my main man, Rick James with Dance With Me. What you're listening to is Who Needs Valley when you live in Philadelphia, WXPN Philadelphia, the University of Pennsylvania. Well, we're going to talk about all sorts of really groovy things. But first, as I often do on this program, every time the little fanzine comes out or somebody, bribes me or whatever, puts my name in print, well, I have to read what they say. Oh, but before I do that, let me do this one. Hey. Jaak Holman of oral sex fame, that's from KDU, so maybe I'll start a record at the wrong speed for KDU, will host tonight's 10:30 showing of The Legend of Johnny Kill at the Theater of the Living Arts. That's Ayatollah. Come down and see a funny tale of a misunderstood killer and the punk band he starts. That's at 10:30 with Jaak Holman of WKDU, Play 45 Records at 33 Speed fame. Below, the cheap sex, violence, and rock lies, a tender love story at the TLA, the Theater of the Living Arts. Thank you, Jaak Holman. Yeah, okay, whatever. Those are my good buddies at WKDU, and they're going to have a copycat marathon real soon, and I'm going to be over there, and it's going to be real fun because they need the money, just like all these little non-commercial stations need the money. Yeah. Well, anyway, the phone number here is 387-5401. I'm not on speed. I just talk this way now. Speaking of Savage Pink, this is my favorite magazine. I mean, it really is. But anyway, there's somebody wrote this letter. Let's see who wrote this letter. It was called Johnny Whitman, and let me see what it says here. It talks about the beginning of the music scene, and it talks about Lee Paris, yours truly. I remember when the music scene in Philly was no more than a cult of 20 people. That is right, only 20 people. And out of those 20 people, it has grown to hundreds and hundreds because of people like Lee Paris and Bobby Startup. Wow, I'm just flattered, Who do you think started the Hot Club in the first, and as far as I'm concerned, the only punk band in Philly when you weren't even around, the Artistics? Yet you have the you-know-whats to say these people do nothing for the punk scene. What the hell do you think started it, you stupid little kiddies? Oh yeah, you go around calling them Nazis, and then it goes on and on and on. Then, my favorite people in the world, Savage Pinkers, well, they write back, and they say, let's see what they say. As for the Hot Club, this is the reply to that letter. As far as the Hot Club, the Artistics, and Bobby Startup, I lived in Florida from October of 79 to May of 81. Before that, I went to the Hot Club, I saw Bobby Startup, and I heard the Artistic. Just because someone was there at the beginning of a scene doesn't mean they are its savior. I mean, I never called Sir Startup a Nazi. I said Eastside Club is a fascist organization. Get your politics straight. The two are not synonyms. Well, a Nazi is a fascist. All fascists are not Nazis. Wow, that's deep. Bobby Startup and Eastside Club do nothing at all for the current scene in Philly. Then Savage Pink says, as for Lee Paris, I have never said anything detrimental about him. He is a great supporter of the local scene and just an all-around wonderful guy. Well, I love Savage Pink. Hey. Oh boy, did I have to bribe them to say that. But anyway, yeah. This issue of Savage Pink is so cool. I mean, this is my favorite magazine. It's so hard to find, though. Well, now it's my favorite magazine. But if you find it, stock up on it. Well, let me tell you what's going to go on tonight. We have the exclusive, the world premiere of the brand new, now available Executive Slacks record. That's right. The world premiere will be tonight, and it is great. Let me tell you about it. And what else do I want to tell you about? I want to say thank you to all the people that showed up at our benefit at Club Love 2 weeks ago. I've been away for a couple weeks in Tahiti and running around, and we made lots of money, and it all goes to WXPN, and we really appreciate it. The big news, don't forget Executive Slacks new record, and at 10 o'clock I'm going to have a very, very, very special announcement about somebody coming to town real soon. And I have a couple more things I'm going to read to you, but right now, what are we going to do? This is one of those like Heaven 17, BAF kind of like spin-offs, music of quality and distinction. This is the one that's getting lots of play, but I figured, hey, why not play it too? This is Tina Turner with Ball of Confusion. Listen to Lee Paris too. The Ballistic Kisses, that overrated band of all time, 5 o'clock world, and before that Tina Turner, BAF, Heaven 17, all that stuff with Ball of Confusion. on Who Needs Valley when you live in Philadelphia, YNMG, yesterday's WCA, WXPN Philadelphia, the University of Pennsylvania. If you want to hear anything, don't call me at 387-5401. I'll just hang up on you. I don't talk about it. Okay, there you go. That's the imitation of Lee Paris. And incidentally, what do I want to do before we play the brand new Executive Slacks record that I am so happy about? Well, I'm going to tell you a little story about what happened to yours truly last night. I went to see Depeche Mode at the East Side Club last night. You know, and I was having an okay time. You know, I was hanging out, running around, stuff like that. I was getting ready to leave, and, you know, Lee Paris wears contact lenses, and I got to tell you what happened. I just have to tell you. Now, I'm going to call this person Mr. Pest, okay? So now they know who I'm talking about. You know, this person starts, like, following me around and asking me all these stupid questions and telling me he's starting a band, and I'm just going, yeah, big deal. I've heard this for the last 2 years. Get it together and send me a tape. You know, I don't want to hear this when I'm out having fun. So I see him starting to walk over towards me from the bar at East Side Club, and meanwhile I'm talking to a friend of mine that I really want to be with at that moment. And this guy starts, like, bugging me. I'll call this bugging person Mr. Pest. That's right, Mr. Pest starts really bothering me. And, so finally, I wanted to just ignore him. He gets real close to my head and starts, like, spraying in my ears. You know how you get ear disease at rock concerts because people talk so loud and they spray all that spit in your ears and then you get ear infection? Well, that's what he was doing, right? So I turned my head and his stupid glasses hit my eye. My contact lens fell out at the East Side Club. Now, can you imagine someone's contact lens falling on the floor at the East Side Club? Oh, my God. So everyone's real spaced out. You know, it's a long night, So I get down on my knees in the middle of the East Side Club. Hazel comes running over with this little flashlight, and I'm going, oh my God, Lee Paris, this is going to look real stupid. So anyway, they go out and get this big flashlight, and then somebody comes along and says, is it light blue and tinted? And they picked it right up, and they found it. I couldn't believe it, so I want to thank that wonderful person who found my lens, and I was so embarrassed. So if you saw this weirdo person going all over the East Side Club floor last night looking for a little piece of plastic, well, that was me. And Mr. Pest, stay away from me because you caused me nothing but problems. I never want to speak to you and see you again, and that's the truth. So if you know I hate you now, I do. Also, speaking of love and hate, I want to say a very, very special hello tonight to number pod 13, F Making a Difference, Jeff, Chris, Karen, Janet, Beverly, and Tony. Hey, how you doing tonight? This is the real Lee here at WXPN Philadelphia. And in 5 more minutes, I'm going to give you a very, very, very special announcement that everyone is going to be dying to hear about. And let's see, what else? Okay, well, right now, as promised, I'm so excited about this. This is the brand new Executive Slacks record. It is available now in all your stores, and we have the world exclusive. So if you go to any of these real cool record stores tomorrow, I guess it's in stores now, you can buy this great, really cool, groovy single. I'm so happy it came out. This is Executive Slacks, and it's called So Mote It Be. Brand new from Executive Slacks, the world premiere tonight on WXPN Philadelphia, the University of Pennsylvania, an urban perspective in a suburban mentality. This is Lee, I Love Punk Rock Paris on WXPN, and brand new Executive Slacks, So Mote It Be, is now available. That's right, Lee Paris's favorite band finally got a record out, and hey, John, Matt, and Al, good for you guys. Hey, I remembered all your names. Can you believe it? Okay. Well, this is the very special announcement that I've been promising you all about. East Side Club people told me last night, and I'm really excited about this. Tickets go on sale tomorrow, but in honor of Philadelphia's tricentennial, I hope you have your papers and pencils ready for this one, but in honor of Philadelphia's tricentennial from July 7th through the 13th at the East Side Club, David Bowie, that's right, 7 nights. 7 nights. Tickets go on sale tomorrow, July 7th through the 13th. East Side Club, that's going to be cool in honor of the city's tricentennial. What else is coming up and going down? Well, the new No Milk album, actually it's been out for 3 months, Mind Over Hardcore. Second pressing, third pressing now without Arigato is now out, so you can still get that record, but you can't get Arigato on it anymore. And I was told that this week all the stores got new copies, but unfortunately the original copies with Arigato are now sold out. What else? If you want to hear anything, the number here is 387-5401. But the big news, David Bowie, East Side, July 7th through the 13th. Right now, here's a band that's getting lots of critical praise, and I can't understand why. You know, I think they're pretty lousy myself. But anyway, hey, It's Dead or Alive. It's been hours now. Yeah, you know, one of those little trendy German bands there, you know. Get some synthesizers going and some stupid little machines in the background, you know, and get a sultry voice singing another language, and hey, you got one of those chic and trendy hits, right? Well, anyway, that's a new German band called Kudia, I don't know, who cares? But anyway, big deal. Before that, for my all-time new favorite record of the last 5 minutes, That was Judy Nylon. Yeah, and what a great record that is. That's called Pal Judy. The song we heard was called Information Rain. The Temptations featuring Rick James. Yeah, doing him a favor. We're standing on the top. Yeah, let's see Temptations and Rick James. My man Rick in concert again. And Dead or Alive, that little cheeky band. It's been hours now. Don't forget, this is the first time I'm announcing it. Tomorrow night, I'm doing a very, very special thing with, what's the show called? I don't know. It's called Mosaic. That's right. From 2 in the morning to 6 in the morning, tomorrow night, morning, whatever it's called. I guess that's late Monday night, early Tuesday morning. Richie Innenberger's famous Mosaic show, which is on every other Monday night. They'll be doing a special feature on new music, and I'm on the panel discussion. So all the things that Lee Paris can't say on this program, I can say tomorrow night. You know what I mean? Because there's lots of pests and stupid people out there with 2 O's, and we got to talk about those people tomorrow night. Let's gossip and be real uncool. But anyway, I'll be real uncool tomorrow night between 2 and 6 in the morning on the Richie Innenberger show, which is going to be great. It's called Mosaic, and I hope everyone can stay tuned and all that kind of stuff. Everyone's been calling me up saying where and when and all that stuff. Do the Bowie tickets go on sale? Well, all that Eastside told me was it was at Eastside, July 7th through the 13th, and they went on sale tomorrow, or go on sale tomorrow, but I have no idea where. So you might want to just call the Eastside Club up. And anyway, July 7th through the 13th, in honor of Philadelphia's tricentennial, David Bowie. And that's just going to be great. You know what I mean? But then again, I could be lying about all this because, hey, I'm prone to do that. No. Eastside told me, so I'm going to believe him. Hi, Pod 13, Jeff, Chris, Karen, Janet, Beverly, Tony from S Making a Difference. Hey, how you doing? Wasn't that Executive Slacks tape great? Just truly great. What else do I want to tell you about? Let's see. I told you about Mr. Pest and Depeche Mode. I've been gone for the last 2 weeks, so I missed all those groovy bands like Human League and Ministry and Romeo Void and Flock of Seagulls. But everyone told me Human League were real lousy. I don't know one person who really liked it. Everyone I talked to said they thought Flock of Seagulls was great, and they liked Romeo Void better at Rainbow. So, hey, what can I say? Well, it's time to read another thing that mentions my name. That's right. You want your article read on the air? Just mention my name. Hey, that's a good bribe right there. Richard Singer, I hope you're listening. Anyway, in this issue of the University City Press, WKDU, Radio Free Rock, or something, some clone stuff like that. Anyway, he talks about WKDU, and basically he talks about, well, I'm going to read you this little thing here. For instance, there are a few straight punk shows, a few chic dance shows, such as Dorian Gray and The Mark of the Devil, that's my favorite, are the two who come to mind, and a show here and there that plays punk and chic dance beats, and nothing in between. Basically, he's upset because the beats and all that kind of stuff, they don't play lots of different kind of music. Anyway, he goes, I'd hate to bring WXPN's Lee Paris into the picture for 2 reasons. One, he has had more publicity than he probably wants or deserves. Hey man, that's jive. I want it all, and I deserve all the publicity I get. That's right. Anyway, number 2, he has finally recovered. Now this is the part that I love. This is what he says about me. Richard Singer, I hope you're listening. He has finally recovered from a long musical slump and should be left alone, and he returns to the prime Paris. The prime Paris, I like that, like a cut of meat that we all remember from the YMT heyday of 1979. My God. Something I think he will do. But I have to mention Monsieur Paris because one idea that he has been babbling about forever has yet to be realized. Good new music should be played in as open a format as possible, not separated into atomic particles. Hey, that's a paraphrase. Lee never talks like that. Of course, I would apply the rule only up to a point. But anyway, but if I took all the music played on WKDU and scrambled it together until there were no separate categories, I think it would sound pretty good. Well, the big problem is, and this is Lee's little theory on college radio and non-commercial radio, since all the DJs here and there do not get paid, one of the reasons they're on the air is for ego, and that's including myself. Face it, your voice is heard by millions of people. Consequently, you really mostly care about your own little show and not the overall station. And I remember when KDU started out, it was a lot more, as Richard Singer says, a lot more diverse at that time. And then what's happened in college radio, non-commercial radio, you get your own little shows, and that becomes it. So the only true way that you can have like a vast assortment of new music is actually, believe it or not, on commercial radio, because everyone gets paid, and they have to stick to a format. Only if the format were like more new wavy oriented could, but anyway, I'm just babbling now, so who cares? What am I talking about? God knows, the drugs haven't taken effect yet. Oh no. Okay, what else is going on? Okay, this is the November group, and this is We Dance. You can call me up at 387-5401. I'll just hang up on you. Have a really great night, and I'll be here for about another 45 minutes, and then some clone will come in at 11 o'clock. November group, We Dance. It's back to Africa time for Lee Paris. Back to Africa with Ola Tunji.